Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading for March 28 to April the 3rd. Let's get started here. See what major themes we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment if this reading resonates for you. Really appreciate it so much. Okay, Taurus, what are the major themes for you this week? New life. Love to see that. Okay, Taurus. Any other messages here for Taurus? New life. You're moving towards something brand new here. Something has shifted for you. You're in between two worlds. Look at that. So you're in between two worlds, moving towards a new life pattern here. Something is shifting for you. There is a change in the wind. This is very exciting. I can't help but feel like you've been set free from something this week. And it's moving you into a brand new timeline. And there's a transition in the middle here. There may be a transition moment, a moment where you feel like things have shifted. This could come through very differently depending on what, this is a general reading, but it feels like there's going to be a moment. It feels like there's going to be a moment for you where you sense this change. You may have already sensed it already. It's interesting to see these three cards in a general reading. You might be at the time in this process where you've arrived at the new life pattern. You may be at the time where you're sort of hovering in between an ending and a new beginning. Or you may just be sensing the change is coming. So very different vibes for these three cards, but all leading towards the same thing. Something is shifting to move you from one world to the next so that you can arrive at a brand new timeline. Wow. Let's have a look at the tarot cards and see if we can understand this a little bit more. Okay, that new life card. Let's have a look. New life. Ace of Cups. Wow. This is a new life. And it's a very new emotional feeling for you. So you could be moving towards something on an emotional level here. Something has shifted in your emotions. There's a new dimension. You're opening up. You've opened up. Maybe you're feeling kind of vulnerable here. Victory is yours. You will be successful. You will be acknowledged for this and recognized for this shift in your emotions. There is something. You are marching to the beat of your own drum this week, and it's creating a new life pattern. You've shifted your emotions towards something, and it's led to a transformation. This is a new beginning for you, truly. This is a transformative moment for you where by shifting your emotions and sort of letting your actions be guided by a new set of emotions, you've transformed, or you're in the midst of a transformation. Take it easy this week, Taurus. Between two worlds. Let's have a look at that. This is very interesting energy. It's the Empress. It's the Empress in reverse. So that tells me that this is a time of really needing to sort of take it easy, like I just said, and also really nurture the self so that you can make it through this transition. This is coming out on between two worlds. So as you're shifting from one timeline to another, it's going to be really important to care for the self. All forms of it, the body, the mind, the soul, the psyche, the spirit, all of it needs your attention and care this week. Nurture yourself. Really get some rest. Take it easy on yourself. This transformation from one emotional pathway to another, it feels like it's going to involve the part of you that can tap into your intuition and rest and be still to understand everything that's changing around you right now. I feel like you're going to be sort of needing your own maternal comfort, your own nurturing right now. This is a time to really be focused on the self, not so much about outward focus here. This is really about focusing on the self. Oh, wow, look at this. We see the Devil, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Swords coming out here. So as you're shifting from one timeline to another by really transforming your emotions, you're being guided to make sure that you know what your intentions are here. What are your intentions? What are your motivations? Are you caring for the self as you shift from one timeline to another, or are you sort of escaping? Are you escaping this transitory feeling? Is that why we see the Empress in reverse? This really makes me feel like you need to nurture yourself and be kind to yourself and to take it easy on yourself, and yet at the same time to stay grounded. Don't let yourself be tempted to escape this. It may be a difficult transition, which is why the devil is here, because you might be sort of fooling yourself into thinking, I gotta run. I gotta make an escape. I gotta make a run for it. This shift is going to come about by you sort of acknowledging honestly what's motivating this change for you. It feels like you're not certain. When I see the Queen of Swords in reverse, I can't help but think that you're not entirely clear what is motivating this shift right now for you, or why it's necessary, or how to stay grounded while this is happening. So sort of bringing your attention to thoughts, right? What is your inner narrative right now as you're going through this shift? Are you being hard on yourself? Are you being critical? Are you being judgmental? Are you sort of are you being hard on yourself instead of nurturing and loving yourself, and sort of acknowledging that any shifts that come along in our path are actually working in our favor? Even if it doesn't seem that way, it's working in your favor. You are being guided here with this change in the Wind card. You know, being flexible with yourself is important, to sort of stay away from rigid thinking, limiting thinking, limited thoughts. A limited narrative about yourself is not going to serve you. And seeing that Ace of Cups with the new life and the Death card, I can't help but feel like your best service to yourself this week is to really nurture yourself, and to not be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Change in the Wind. We see the Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. So yeah, you're coming at this transformation, but from a perspective of I'm not enough. And I'm not enough. The world's not enough. There isn't enough. It's a lack perspective instead of this sort of idea of abundance, and that there's enough for everybody, and that we don't need to compete with one another, and we don't need to compare. That your transformative path is coming maybe to relieve you of these limiting thoughts and rigid beliefs. You're transforming through the emotions. It's going to carry into the thought pattern, and then finally it's going to appear within your new identity. I feel like you're shifting and transforming, and part of the transformation has to do with your beliefs and how you identify with these beliefs. What are your I am statements? Do you know what I mean? Like, I am enough or I am not enough. That will reveal to you what needs to shift, right? I feel like we're seeing the Page of Cups here because it's new. This is a new dimension of emotion that's opening up for you. We have the Ace of Cups as well, but that page is it's a very new energy coming in, and it's almost like it's coming into change, right? We're looking at this with change in the Wind. This new emotional perspective, this new emotional dimension is coming in to change some beliefs you have about lack and scarcity, and not really believing that the universe is working in your favor. It's almost like your current belief system is that you're all alone, that you're on your own with this. You're not on your own. And I feel like that is part of what's transforming for you here. We see Justice on the bottom of the deck before I start to shuffle again. So again, I can't help but feel like the rigid thinking, the black and white thinking, that's coming because you're finding yourself between two worlds. But the idea is to expand beyond those limiting beliefs right now, because you're moving into a new life, new set of beliefs, new set of emotions. And I almost feel like that lack of certainty is serving you right now, because Certainty can bring limits and ceilings. And I sort of feeling the sky's the limit here for you. Final two cards are both eights. So we're really looking at truth. We're really trying to understand the truth of a situation. We see the Eight of Cups. So you are moving away from something. You have seen that this no longer serves you and it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to move on. There's no judgment there. There's no judgment of what you're moving away from. It's just not for you anymore. It's time for something else, right? You've learned everything you can learn from the path that you were on. It's time for a new path. And I feel like intuitively, you know that. You're ignoring it. And I think that's why the Devil card is here. You're not ignoring it, but maybe you're in resistance to it. Or maybe you don't believe it. Maybe a part of you is like, no, there's no way. There's no way that's possible, which is very Four Pentacles, right? It is possible. You're moving towards it. I feel like it's going to bring in significant changes to your day-to-day. And I think all that's left for you to do is to let this happen and to sort of work on acknowledging where you have limited beliefs and to see that that doesn't serve you. It's interesting, Taurus. This is an interesting reading for you. Final guidance here before I let you go. Here's the picture. I hope you can see it. It's a beautiful image. Now, the name of this card is Rebirth. There is new life. You got the Death card. You got this Rebirth card. You're definitely moving towards a new path. And here's the message. It says here, honor natural cycles, balance giving and receiving, respect nature's intelligence. You are in rhythm with your life. Move your body and dance. This is really a time to express the self. As you may be feeling some stagnation, this will set you free. As we rebirth, there's always that stuck, sort of stagnant end right before we break through. And I feel like that's the kind of week you're going to be having here, Taurus. So take it easy on yourself. Be kind to yourself as you go through this transformation, and have some fun and reconnect with yourself through joy as you transform. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share. I really appreciate all your support, and I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a great week.